Friday edition of Wasatch Weekends. I'm your host, Maddie Evans, and we love getting to be here all weekend long to bring you wonderful information about things taking place in our community. We recently just expanded so you can catch us every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now Mondays, and our Saturday shows are an hour long, and so that way we can bring you more information about things to help you maybe prepare for summer or get you inspired to do some grilling. But today we've got a great show in store for you. We're going to help you reimagine your outdoor living space with a professional designer. That way you can bring it to life in the best way possible. Then we're also going to be talking Bike to School Day with Park City, because it's a great day for everyone to get out there and do so. Now that's happening this morning, and we're going to give you some more information. You have to be out the door at 7:30, so make sure that you stay tuned for this interview. And then of course we've got more fun things taking place on the show. We're going to take a look at that local weather forecast, and then we've got way more happening on this edition of Wasatch Weekends, so make sure you stay tuned.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Are you looking to update and elevate your outdoor space? Well, then Nate Berkus is going to give us some great information, as he just did a wonderful renovation of the Great Wolf Lodge. Nate, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me. So fun. Everybody wants to be outside right now.
Well, and especially since we're finally starting to see those warmer temperatures. So as people are getting into the season of renovating their patios and maybe making their outdoor living space more accessible, why is it so important that they do so for their families?
You know, I think that my husband and I call it the moments in between, like those moments with your family that aren't planned. It's not a museum visit. It's not an amusement park. It's not a ski run. It's like an afternoon where you just don't have any plans and you want somewhere comfortable where everybody can land and just enjoy each other.
Now, how can families make the most of their outdoor living space?
You know, I think as a designer for almost 30 years that the most important thing that people should have in mind when designing an outdoor space is that it should be an extension of your indoor space. So don't take a hard left design-wise when you're selecting outdoor furniture or outdoor fabrics. If you don't have red and orange and yellow in your family room, then don't put it on your patio. Make both spaces sort of cohesive, because then that will elevate both spaces and make them each feel like you've expanded the square footage of your home.
Now, what pieces are worth investing quite a bit more money into, and where can people save when they're buying new pieces for their outdoor living space?
So you want to invest in the furniture, meaning the sofas, the chairs, the larger pieces, the dining table. And I say that, and I know there's a lot of great deals out there online. I see them as well. But the issue is that you really get what you pay for when it comes to outdoor furnishings. And the smart thing to do is to spend more now so that it lasts year after year. But saving, like everything else, is fair game. A pair of vintage side tables from the flea market, decorative pillows in colors or patterns that you want to just try out one summer. Even the platter that you use, to serve hamburgers or hot dogs for a barbecue. All of that stuff is fair game. Don't spend a lot of money. Thrift, go online. There's lots of options for stuff like that. It's just the stuff that you're going to want to use over and over. You want those frames to be really made well.
And why is a multifunctional design so important for people with families?
Well, kids actually, I think, are great. As a dad, I have 2 young kids, but kids, I think, are great at coming up with activities and entertaining themselves. But I like to give them a little bit of a framework. Can you clip a net onto the dining table so you can transform it into a ping pong table? Can you, I even hand painted for Great Wolf Lodge in the Pocono Mountains. We painted checks on top of these wood side tables outside. And the kids immediately grabbed pebbles and started playing checkers. So it's fun for things to be created so that it sparks imagination and fun.
Which I think is one of the coolest things. Now, I have identical twin brothers that are 12 years old, and their imaginations just run wild all the time. Why was this collaboration with the Great Wolf Lodge so unique?
I think it was unique and sort of special because I had to wear like two hats the entire time. One is a designer, creating like custom fabrics, all these patterns and everything for all the outdoor fabrics. I created and used for the outdoor spaces, but also the hat as a dad. I know what a great family vacation feels like, and I know what a great stay at a resort feels like, and I know what a bad one feels like. So, in collaboration with Great Wolf Lodge, we redid all of the outdoor spaces at 30 new woodland villas in the Pocono Mountains, and also the cabanas at a brand new pool that's opening later this summer. And I wanted to design them so that they'd be beautiful and integrate seamlessly with the nature, which you guys have as well in Vail, but also, that they would be a place where families could just make memories and spend really great time together. And my dad hat would vote it a success.
Which I think is so cool, and especially as your kids get to experience these creations that you bring to life and how unique it is that you've taken this career so far. Now, if people want information on how they can best update their outdoor living space, where can they go for more information from the master, you?
Well, thank you. Check out the new work that I did for Great Wolf Lodge on greatwolflodge.com. Obviously, you can come to my own website at nateberkus.com and social media at Nate Berkus.
Nate, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, inspiring me to maybe try a little bit harder with my outdoor living space, and of course, just giving everyone this wonderful information to update theirs as well.
Thanks, Maddie.
Make sure that you check out the new renovations taking place at the Great Wolf Lodge because they are absolutely breathtaking, and this is a unique collaboration. Or you can directly check out Nate's Instagram page. That way you can always be inspired to update maybe not only your outdoor living space, but your indoor living space as well. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned. Something we love about our community is how sustainable we are trying to be, and one way to do so is Bike to School Day. We've got Hannah Pack joining me to give us some more information on all of the fun that's taking place today. Hannah, thank you so much for being here.
Hi, yeah, thank you for having me.
Now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about what you do here in our community, only because you have a very important role.
Yeah, so I am a transportation planner with Park City. So I am in charge of Bike to School Day, which is one of my favorite events, but I also do a lot of active transportation planning, transit planning. So we do a lot of community outreach and love getting involved with our community members.
Which is so incredible, and Park City has one of the best shuttle systems to get people around so that way they don't have to take their cars everywhere.
Yeah, our transit system is 100% fare free, so visitors, residents, anyone is able to use it, and it's got pretty good coverage over the town. So it's a great way to get around.
And it's a great way to lessen the carbon emissions from people's vehicles. Now, let's talk Bike to School Day, only because this is going to be such an event such a fun event that's taking place today. And so for people who maybe have not fully heard about it, let's give them the details.
Yeah, so Bike to School is a event that we do every year. It's usually in May and August. So we do Bike to School and Bike Back to School. And this event is just all about celebrating bike safety and showing how much support is in our community for safe bicycling and pedestrian activities. So we have 4 meeting locations throughout the city, starting at 7:30. So you still have time to get out there. And so there's 4 meeting locations, and all the kids just meet up, and it's so fun. And we all ride over to Park City High School together. And there we have a breakfast for students and volunteers. We have bike giveaways such as helmets and bike bells. And it's just a really fun event to just see all the community out supporting biking. And it's just really fun.
It's a great way to show how big of a bike community we are, and especially because we do have those very pronounced bike lanes to keep our bikers safe. They do a good job of keeping the roads clean. That way the bikers have a nice, easy trail to ride on. And so this is such a great way for the kids to get involved and start them on those bikes at a young age. Now, where are the 4 meeting locations people can come to this morning?
Yeah, so there is one at Park City Heights. So you ride down the rail trail, and then that group meets up with a Comstock group meeting at Arches Park. And we also have a group riding over from the Mark and from Aspen Villas, just off of Kearns.
Which is so wonderful because that makes it super convenient for everyone to meet up and then go participate in all of the fun activities afterwards that you guys are doing. Where are you doing them again?
We're hosting it at Park City High School. So it's just out front. We'll have it blocked off. And the tunnel right there in front makes it a really easy crossing for all of our students.
Which is so important because not only is everyone getting some exercise first thing in the morning, but they're also going to be nice and safe out there. Now, you guys do a lot of other wonderful things throughout our community. So let's talk about some of the other events and programs that you have coming up this summer season.
Yeah, so this summer we are working on a few events that will utilize our Ride On platform. This is an online platform where you can find other folks to carpool with, even take the bus with. So if you're not familiar with our bus system, you can find folks on there who are willing to ride with you and help you find your way. And this platform also allows different businesses and Park City to reward their employees and residents just for not driving alone. So we have a bunch of different ways that you can earn points through that, and any business is eligible to sign up to participate.
Which is something that is so cool. Now, is it an app or do you just go to the website for more information on this?
It's both. So it's rideonparkcity.org, and you can sign up there, and then you'll be able to link your account to a mobile app. And then that app will actually notify you and let you know, or it'll notify you and say, hey, it looks like you've taken a trip today. Do you want to log this and get your points? So
it's a great way for maybe some newcomers to our community to help them better understand the bus system, because sometimes all of the different things and colors and times get a little bit confusing.
Yeah, we have 2 systems that operate in Park City. One is Park City Transit, and that is focuses on Park City boundaries. And then we also have High Valley Transit, which is our regional county transit system. Both are fare free. And we do work very closely with the county to make sure that they're well integrated and, work together to try and make it as seamless as possible. So you can get those route information for both systems at parkcitytransit.org.
Now, something that you had mentioned as we were talking about this incredible app that people can download or the website people can go to is businesses are getting involved. So if there's a business watching this and they're like, wow, that's something that would really benefit us if we could get our employees to carpool to work together, how can a business get involved?
Yeah, you can just email me, hannah.pack@parkcity.org. And then I will be able to set you up with an account. It's totally free for businesses to join as well as to use. And then we have a really great support team through Ride On that we can help you get it set up and identify strategies to help your employees use this system and lessen their carbon footprint.
Hannah, thank you so much for giving us all this wonderful information. Now let's go back to Bike to School Day. That way, if someone is trying to get their kids rushed out the door to get on those bikes to get to school, what time should they do the meeting points?
Yeah, so all of the meeting locations start at 7:30. I believe Aspen Villas is later at 7:40 just because it's a little bit closer. But you can start meeting at 7:30. We will have Park City Municipal volunteers, teachers volunteering. Each location has a police escort on bike so that, you make sure that although we do choose really safe routes and use our safe routes to school, it is just an added layer of security.
Yeah, and it just eases some of those parents' minds who maybe their kids were like, no, I'm too cool to ride with you, mom. Like, I want to go by myself, you know?
Yes, I have heard instances of that happening. So yes, they can ride with their friends or ride with you. We'll have plenty of supervision.
Hannah, I want to thank you so much for all the hard work you do for our community and bringing this event to life. What a great way to get the kids, the parents, and just everyone out to promote, one, rider safety, but two, also lessen the carbon footprint of all those kids getting to school today.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. Thank you so much for having me, and I just look forward to seeing all of the bright, shining faces this morning.
Hannah, again, thank you so much for all the hard work you do. We're going to take a short break, but make sure you run out the door. That way you can catch Bike to School today, because it's one of those events and activities that our wonderful community puts on and you're not going to want to miss out on. Also, make sure that you check out the Ride On website and app. That way you can participate in all of the amazing rewards that are offered to you through it. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back from the break, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned. Are you looking for a great way to further your education? Well, then we have the thing for you, and we've got an expert, Hema, joining us to give us some more information about how you can do so. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now let's talk about this fabulous collaboration that's taking place between YouTube and Arizona University.
Yeah, so it's a first of its kind partnership between YouTube, Arizona State University, and Content Creators Crash Course. It's an affordable and accessible on-ramp to college. It allows people to start their college journey right on the platform. They can begin watching course videos on the platform, and once they're ready to transition to the formal course experience, it's $25 to sign up to access the coursework, the assignments, the faculty. And then once they're satisfied with their grade, they can purchase the college credit.
Which is so cool, and especially for those people who maybe are living very busy lives, whether they're athletes or parents or they have a full-time job where it's hard to step away from to go back to school. This is just a great alternative for people to further their education.
That's exactly right. And we've seen learning happen so organically on our platform. Of the 2 billion monthly logged in users, nearly all of them say that they come to the platform to gain knowledge and information. And so our goal with Study Hall is to really help these students transition this intrinsic love of learning into a formal pathway and gain external recognition and external credit for that learning.
Which is something that's so unique, and it gives so many people, and especially those people who like to watch the YouTube videos in their little bit of downtime, that experience, that knowledge, and then, of course, the opportunity to get a college credit. Now, if people are interested in maybe starting and they haven't gone to college at all, how can they get started with this fabulous program?
Yeah, they can go to the Study Hall YouTube channel today and start looking at all of the content that's there. And so it's not just the course videos. So there are 4 foundational courses that are already live. So that's English composition, college math, US history, and human communication. But there's also additional content that's worth highlighting, and that's our How to College series and our fast guides to electives and majors. And How to College really helps these people navigate the college application process. What is that like? Where do I apply? What schools are a good fit for me? And then for those who have started that journey, how do they stay on it? So it helps really contextualize stuff that's often opaque. And then Fast Guides to Electives and Majors includes information about a dozen of the most popular majors, including classes that learners have to take to complete the major, but also what are the jobs and career prospects that they have once they have completed that major. So it's really the whole package. It's the full offering of what it means to decide to start on this journey.
Which I think is such a unique thing, because I know that there are a lot of people who have just a hard time getting started. And I was scrolling through the website yesterday, and so to have it break down into those little pieces where you can start, they'll go through what you'll expect in the English class, what you'll expect in the psychology class, and they walk you through it, makes it that much more convenient, and that way you have as much information as possible before you start this process.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We're really trying to make it so that students feel that they have agency over their learning and that they can do it in their own time. And they can start today. They can start watching those videos on the YouTube channel right now.
Which is so awesome. Now, if people are interested in signing up, getting all this information, where can they find it?
Yeah, they can go to gostudyhall.com.
And how long have you guys been developing this product to help people further their education?
Yeah, so we as a YouTube learning team, about 4 years ago, were thinking through what is the learning and education landscape, and what are the areas where we're uniquely positioned to address some of the complex areas. And what became abundantly clear is that the complex path to higher education felt like an area that we had a role to play. And so for us, it was this idea that post-secondary education is one of the best drivers of economic and social mobility, and yet this path is full of barriers, and especially the exorbitant cost of a degree has made the dream of going to college unattainable for far too many, for far too long. And so this was our way to really look at, like, who is doing something really special in the space, and how can we create something really new and bold. And so this partnership between Crash Course, who has understood what it means to take really complex academic subjects and make them visually stunning and accessible and digestible, then ASU, top tier research institution who really understands how to support students, and then of course YouTube, who has this scale and this ability to draw in viewers' innate curiosities and intrinsic love of learning. How do you take this love of learning and build this pathway for them to get credit?
Which I think is so cool that you guys took the time, you focused on this, and you came up with this product that's really going to help people further their education. Now, one more time, if people are interested in getting started with you guys, where can they begin?
GoStudyHall.com.
And then as they're making their way through all of these courses, they have the option to receive a college credit from it.
Yep, and so ASU faculty leads those courses, and once you go through that course, and you're satisfied with your grade, and that's this critical component, it's worth mentioning. There's no transcript needed, there's no application required, there's no GPA thresholds. It's really for everyone. So you can get comfortable, watch those videos on YouTube, watch the course videos, sign up for the $25, get access to the faculty and the coursework. And once you're satisfied with your grade, you pay the $400 to get the college credit, and that credit is transferable to any of the U.S. colleges and universities that take ASU credits.
Which is such a unique opportunity, and especially for those people who have not had the chance to go to college. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, and thanks for the hard work you do, because bettering people's education is bettering people's lives.
Thank you so much for having me.
Make sure that you check out Study Hall. That way you can further your education, because it's right there. It's all at the tips of your fingers. If you like to watch YouTube videos to further your education, well, then this is a great way to do so to get those college credits. We're about to take a short break, and when we come back from the break, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
want to thank you so much for tuning into your Friday edition of Wasatch Weekends. Like I said earlier, we love getting to be here all weekend to bring you so much information about things taking place in our community and helping you get inspired to live your best life, and especially if you're going to update that outdoor living space, only because that's the perfect thing to do here in the summer. We have such a beautiful climate and we want to keep it that way. So it's important that you participate in these wonderful activities and events like Bike to School Day. Now, I hope if you are participating, you're running out the door right now, and that way you can make it there in time. I've been your host, Maddie Evans, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.